Yeah. Well, we're blessed to have you in our community. I feel like I could ask you so many more questions. Let's leave with one, and it's a really hard
Okay.
one. But I think, and I said this to you before we started, that it's really each other's stories that bond us, because it's easy to think of everyone as a monolith. Like even when I say the white people in the community, it's like one big splash of white people, or the Latinx people, like one big group of Latinx.
Yeah.
And so that's, but so as we get to know each other as individuals, we start to hear each other's stories. And I guess my question is, coming from Uruguay and then living here right now, especially in this time, how do you think America can tell a different story? I mean, is there, we seem to be fighting right now over an old story and a new story. And whether we are, individuals that pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, or we're a society that takes care of each other. And do you see, coming from a different world and being in this world, a different way of doing it? Or is there something you wish for?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's, I have to confess that it took me a while and I'm not sure if I really, really understand the way the American way, right?
Right. I don't think any really do.
Yeah. So I think that the real solution, it's going to come from people who have, even some of them had been raised with this idea. They grew up with this idea that you need to do it, right? And survive and demonstrate it. From a very more, changing changing the story to something where people find out that we are not isolated. We are related. I remember very well when I came here, when I talked about at the PTA to this, I have to say, everybody was white. Everybody was, Anglo-Saxon. I mean, it was like, there was, at that point, nobody. Yes, there were Latino students. Yes, there were many and everything, but there had not been like a dialogue, And I remember quite clearly telling them, and having a conversation, saying, look, this is the world, this is the way of the world, right? Your children are growing up, are going to school with this Latino community, right? What do you want for your children? How do you think they are going to put together the fact that, they go to the same high school, but they live in Mamaroneck in a building where there are tons of people from somewhere else. And then they go to these big houses where, at the most there are 4 people, but there's space for like 20.
Right.
And I said, and how do you feel about your kid only be able to speak English and these others can speak both? And there was like oh.
Like, who is this woman?
Exactly. But then it kind of clicked, right? That we can't, and I think the same applies to the African American community. If the people of color are not having their fair share of society, our society, it's not good.
Right,
And
it's not working.
That's what I find in the younger generation and in the people of goodwill. That's what I find that these people are embracing. They're saying, we are not going to be like the Scandinavian countries, no, because that's not our history. But we are looking back at our history and we are saying, we don't know, but that old way doesn't work anymore.
Right, exactly.
And I think that the United States is going to create a new model that is going to be different because it's a country where everybody comes from somewhere else. And for a long time, the idea was like, okay, you leave behind what you brought.
Yes. Right.
That doesn't work anymore.
Right.
And I don't know why, but it doesn't work anymore.
Right. It started with what you said before, this sort of sense of grieving that parents have when they come from another country and they watch the next generation lose.
Exactly.
And, I'm a 4th generation Italian American, and I wish I spoke my language.
I can imagine.
I wish I cooked the way, my great grandmother cooked. And And it's heartbreaking. And there is this sense of, so I got to be white and I got to be American, but what is that culture?
Exactly.
Right? What is it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what it is, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
haven't
I
even
think
been to
that that's,
Disney yet.
yeah, but that's going to be, I think that's what we are going to see in the future. You know, I think that even bringing my biology background, you know, diversity, it's good, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Why are we afraid of it?
Biology is diverse, and
Mhm.
that's where our hope is, because that gives us the possibility of adaptation, that gives us the possibility of finding the best combination of things to survive in a
Survival, right?
exactly. So I think it's that's the way to go, but you do need those people who have an open head, you know,
Right.
and some of them are very open, some of them need to be hit in the head.
And some will never cross over. They're going to go down fighting, right?
That's all right. That's
That
all
you
right.
can't change those people.
Yeah, but that's how I see it, you know, and I see that, you know, within the immigrant community, there are those who, you know, come and embrace their new country and can't see anything wrong, and if they see something wrong, they just, you know, okay, these are the new ways. Or people like me who question, right, who will, honestly, I am grateful, because not because of all the things that I were given, but I'm grateful for the great people that I met,
Right.
you know.
It's a country full of great people. It is.
It's a country full of great people.
It is.
And I am very grateful to have the opportunity of meeting those. My world has become richer. My world has become more open. I think I'm a better person, right?
Yes.
So I wish the same for everybody.
Yes. Yes. Oh, it's been so great to talk to you. Thank you
Yeah, same
so
here.
much.